Welcome to the History Hunter and welcome to our small adventures with the World War II time frame. It's me and Eagle Eyes out. He's riding a bike, so he's a bit behind me. I can still beat him, but I'm doing it by a bike, but with legs. It's a totally different story. But nevertheless, we are at this massive German World War II location and we are going to share something really cool with you. We're going to start off with a massive gun that is here, so join us and let's go out and find the path together right now. So SD card goes in there, on, off. Hi there, this is different. This is something else that we're excited to share with you. I'm going to put you into context here. This is part 2 of a very special area from a lost fortress, a coastal defensive position that the Germans had on the Atlantic Wall. It's like a huge peninsula, and on that peninsula there are crazy many features for you to enjoy and learn from. And in part 1 you can find that here where it says more. Under there's a link. Watch that first and then come back, watch this part, because otherwise you'll be lost and you won't be able to understand what we're doing here. But today we're definitely going to share something really special because we found a very special ammunition storage. And not only that, we found real World War II guns, and you're going to see them in this episode. If you really want to help us out to reach more people, this is all you have to do. Watch the video in full, don't skip, because you lose context and YouTube algorithm counts seconds, and for every second you watch, you're helping us out. So tremendously thank you for that. Let's go back in time and see what we find at the Lost Fortress position today. So on the hillside here, I can see one of the very early munition storages that was here before the Germans came, and that is pretty interesting. Eagle Eyes, I think we're gonna go down to the munition storages here and check them out first, and then we're gonna come back to the top here. Let's go and have a look at these huge structures there. Wow, that is spectacular. That's a concrete munition storage. And you see that pole up there? That is a typical communication and power supply pole that the Germans would have set up there. And it's still there. It's still there. That is amazing. And I'm thinking, is that a bomb? What the heck? That looks like a bomb, actually. What? Could that be an Allied bomb that was kind of picked up from the area? Let me see. Take away this thing here. That's a freaking bomb. Or is it? It cannot be a projectile because, no, it's a freaking bomb. What the heck? Look at this. It's got these massive shutters in steel. Even one all the way at the top for ventilation. They were very meticulous with ventilating these places because they were full of the most valuable things they had, munition. Oh, awesome. Look at the style of that thing. Totally different than a German construction would be. Why are there millions of flies above my head? The sun is out and they're coming to get me. This place is on the Atlantic Wall. It is massive. The Atlantic Wall, as you know, is the fortification line that Hitler ordered from the top of Scandinavia to the bottom of France. And there are so many variations and tens of thousands of structures. This place is just gigantic. And you know, I promised you in the intro a real gun. So, you want to see it? It is actually still right there. Is that crazy or what? The Germans utilized the howitzers that was here before they actually even came. They came, they fought for this place, and within a few hours the place was in German hands, and then they utilized it, converted some bits and pieces here and there, but nevertheless this was a place that the Germans really wanted, and they did get it. This is one of the gun emplacements. Pretty standard thing for the stuff they built actually before the Second World War. It's nothing of a German construction here. Nevertheless, they did convert and add some small pieces of things here. But this thing here is massive. You can see they have a stair going up there. Gonna check that out. There is munition storage here. I think there's a munition hoist that used to be there, and a hoist there, munition storage there, and the gun itself. But I just saw something here which I think is a piece of the bridge or barrel for some kind of gun that probably used to be here. They scrapped them after the war for the metal. Look at that chunk of metal. Yeah, that's where they kind of put the cartridge in and then it's fired. Oh my goodness, that is really, really insanely thick. So, munition storages, and then the gun is actually still there. Once upon a time, that was a pride of the military forces here. First the locals and then the Germans. And I'm absolutely flabbergasted to see that thing is actually still there. That is pretty impressive. So this was actually in battle situation with the Germans, and they actually hit some of their targets as well. Wow, it's absolutely spectacular to see. And see that in the back? That is the fire and control bunker for this specific gun, I guess. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Kind of slots in every opening angle, and you can definitely feel the action going on here. Just imagine when the Germans came and these guys tried desperately to defend themselves, and within a few hours the Germans hammered down with aircrafts and battleships and troops, and there was a fierce fighting going on here. The Germans took it so easy, and after that the Germans ruled for those years all the way to the end of the war. A spectacular little thing, I have to say. It's nothing towards what the looks like an owl, eyes and nose. But it's nothing compared to the structures of the organization TOT. Let me go inside here. This is actually pretty cool. Wow, look at that. Take a shot, shoot with a gun, shoot with a gun. So Eagle Eyes, he's firing out towards the enemy. Wow, pretty cool. So you have full control, an overview of the whole area. And if you watch part one, please do that first. You get a much better context of what's going on, because there are some incredible features in part one. So there will be more parts. So check that out first and you get a better context. So thank you for being here as well. Absolutely cool. A lot of these handrails and things, they are actually original. Some have been replaced, but most of them are actually the original handrails. Wow, imagine the hectic activity going on right here with the munition storage. And you know, these munition storages, they had quite a few rounds in them, but they had massive munition storages. If you take a look at part one, you can actually see one of the munition storage, the original ones, which are further down there, and they are spectacular. Just look at the design, and I think you really enjoy that. All right, let's go over to the gun and check it out a little bit better. It's like seeing a dinosaur from the past with all of these knobs and details and handles. This, you can definitely see the German writing there. This thing is locked, but it can actually traverse around its axis. Did you see any numbers on the barrel? There will very often be something here. Oh, it has got this kind of panzer steel fittings there, openings. Is rather spectacular if you ask me. Ah, Friedrich Group number 1025L, something KG5, I'm not sure what that is. 1914. Is this a Schneider?
It's made in 1914.
What is it? I'm not too much into the guns, to be very, very honest. Lynx. Wow. You can see here, you sit there and you crank that handle as fast as you can. Did someone try to pry open that? There's a handle here. 4035R. Okay. Also some numbers there. 1025R. Wow. There's actually quite a lot of details here to see. And if you're into these things and you really know what to look for, well, there is a ton of details there. And if anyone recognizes exactly what this thing is, put it in a comment. I'd love to see that because, as I said, we go around, find so many different things. And yes, there are guns at many of the locations, and we're going to show you that later. We found another place where there was some absolutely spectacular guns still attached, and you're going to enjoy that. That is such a treat to be able to see. All right, you can see that that thing looks to be like a, I don't know, lookout position, or maybe they had a rangefinder crew there telling the firing solutions, all of that. It's just fantastic to be here, to be honest. I'm so honored and privileged, and I want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you who subscribe, comment, you hit the notification bell and help us out to expand. And to our patron supporters on our patron team, thank you so much for being in there for us. Couldn't have done it without you at all. And for all of you who support us on some PayPal donations, I'm just honored that you're kind of even considering it. So thank you for that. And if you want to become a patron supporter, have a look at this. Did you know that you can become a WW2 History Hunter team member, and the artifacts here could be passed on to you in this manner and fashion here by creating beautiful WW2 dioramas and displays? You can be the future keeper of something very, very special by the history and the history hunting that we share together. Check out the link in the video description. You can click that and you can become a patron team member if you want to. Different kind of perks with for your eyes only videos, travel vlogs, restoration projects, all of that good stuff. And if you want to know more, check out the supporter videos in the beginning of each month. But now let's continue our little adventure. Yeah, it is fully possible for you to have one little piece of the World War II history on your shelf, enjoying history in a very, very special way. Let's continue to dig into this incredible location. What is going on? I think there's a second or third gun position over here. Let me see, it's first, second. This is the third, this is the fourth position. But look at that. They did a huge dugout here. And I mean, that is pretty deep. Let's go down and check it out and see what this is all about. I'm now walking down the stairs where Friedrich and Wilhelm and Hans, when the Germans ruled here, they would storm up and down these hills. Okay. Boom. What is going on here? What? I thought it was kind of like an opening they've shot, but I guess they built it with bricks and I don't know, shelter, munition storage. You ask me, but look at what they did here. They really dug down into the mountainside and they created those stairs for the soldiers to run up and down. Wow, amazing place. There's a smaller gun position actually. That must be more like a anti-aircraft gun position, or smaller caliber. Yeah, that's just smaller munition storage. You see that? There's actually some kind of sign on that door as well. Okay, look at that. Let's go up here. You can see here, you have this place here is formidable. And let me show you, it was all about taking control of the waterways down there. As I said, watch part 1, you get a better context of what's going on here. But it's all about having control of the waterways. And the Atlantic Wall, you know, it was the fortification line from the bottom of France to the top of Scandinavia. And all they did was build bunkers to protect that stretch of land that Hitler said, nobody's going to come here and take anything from us. Well, we know what the outcome of that was. Very strange little structure, but it's fortified and has got some kind of attachment there, so it could be communication pole or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But absolutely fascinating, absolutely fascinating. We are leaving up into the hillsides. All right, Elias is taking the lead up the mountainside, because up here they actually installed something pretty interesting as well. You want to see it? Boom. This is a smaller one. Some of these were modified by the locals to fire up into the air, but the Germans changed that, put in 20mm flaks, and boom, fully operational for both land and air. So the Flak 38, that gun here, was very successful to convert into different kind of features. Okay, there's the phone. Let's take that first and then we continue. This is where they came up to get the concrete and everything for this last position. And you can see the storage was here, but that is also sadly closed. But now there's another little tiny special detail there. And that looks pretty amazing. Oh, I get it. So this dome is another kind of probably fire and control bunker for the two smaller ones, I don't know. And it's shot, heavy duty shot with concrete. And I do understand why, because this opening you saw further down is actually staircases inside the mountain, and they rot away. Some of them are in wood. Kids would go inside, fall, damage themselves, all of that. So, but this is a pretty awesome little dome. But it just shows you that it is still a bunker. It's not a Regelbau. They defined, you know, structures that the Germans used, the organization taught were responsible for that. Nevertheless, it is the same thing, rounded corner, small openings, huge amounts of, a lot of rebars and concrete everywhere. This little peninsula has so many more secrets for us to reveal, and I promise you will enjoy that. If you really want to help us out to reach more locations, we have this super thanks feature here. That is your opportunity to help us out to get some fuel into the fuel tank and go out and explore. And in part 3, we found something really interesting in the mountainside. Pulled the air from the outside through that first filter. They pulled it through the second filter. Yep. So there's a lot more. And guns, who mentioned guns? Well, you just have to stay tuned. Watch part 3. It will come out here where it says more. You'll find that in the link there when it comes. And I think you're really, really going to enjoy that. I'm going to continue to fiddle around with these trail cams or wild cams or whatever you like to call them. We have some unfinished business that we are going to take care of. We have 3 very special areas that we have experienced something that we really cannot explain. But we went there, at least one of the locations, with trail cams. They were messed up, bad quality trail cams this time we got these, so we hope that that's going to sort out the problems, but that's going to be another little thing. Thank you for watching, for subscribing, being a commenter, or being a Patreon team member, or helping us out on PayPal donations. It is so greatly appreciated, and it keeps us out there, definitely. And if you leave a comment or subscribe or hit the notification bell, it's greatly appreciated as well. But now I have to go. I have to do something very special. Me and Eagle Eyes are going out magnet fishing. So you'll see that later. Stay safe, keep smiling, and see you in part 3.